Terry Turchie is a retired FBI deputy assistant director who led the Unabomber investigation. So how much trouble is the Biden family in, or are we going to get everybody in Washington circling the wagons like they usually do, Terry?
Well, Jesse, you're going to definitely get everybody circling the wagons, but this is very, very different because, as you kind of explained, and the way I would put it is, FBI agents are taught to try to pull that ultimate thread and finally have a breakthrough in some major complicated case. And that's what's happening here. They've pulled on the thread, and the thread happens to be classified documents. And that issue is something that is harder to explain. It doesn't go away. And the dam is breaking. And the media is going to drown in this, as are all the other people, whether it's social media, other mainstream network channels, and the people that have helped defend all of these different issues and throw off the people off the trail over the last few years. They can't do that now, so they have to take the best deal. It's like when the mobsters are all finally caught, and then they start trying to make deals for each other. And that's what's happening here. And I think that one of the things about this document scandal is this: it casts a light on so many other issues that we've been talking about. It casts a light on the question of, is the FBI independent any longer? Well, it apparently is not, because Merrick Garland has decided that, the FBI can go long, just stay out of the way. The lawyers will handle it. The lawyers will assure American citizens that everything is okay here. There's nothing to see here. It's kind of like, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. And I think Americans now are finally fed up as well. They're finally seeing that something is really wrong here. From my perspective and from FBI agents and people who've worked these kind of cases, we get to another angle, and that is Chinese intelligence, and you brought that up. Chinese intelligence has been working, and I just have to say this, on the Democratic Party for decades. This didn't just happen overnight. You go from one person to another, you recruit one person, you get assessment on another, and you just keep going. That now is all in doubt as well because of these documents found in places that we just can't explain. You've got money coming in one end, the University of Pennsylvania. You've got the University of Pennsylvania paying the president and then coming out another end. So all of these things are happening, and it puts the media in a very hard position.
Yeah, the president was asked about this today out on the West Coast, and here's what he said. I think he was reading from a statement his lawyer gave him. Watch this.
We found a handful of documents were filed in the wrong place. We immediately turned them over to the archives of the Justice Department. We're fully cooperating and looking forward to getting this resolved quickly. I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there. Thank you.
When someone says there's no there, there's usually there.
There's a lot of there, and there are no FBI agents to find out whose fingerprints are on those documents, to have properly collected them and then sent them to the lab in the right order so that certain forensic exams can be done. There is a real problem if you have an intention of prosecuting someone. None of those attorneys can take part in that prosecution because they're all now witnesses, and they're people that have to be maybe cross-examined. This is a mess, and the intention here is to cover up, not to get to the bottom of. It is to cover up the same things they've been covering up now for years. The Biden connection with the Chinese, the flow of millions of dollars of Chinese money into America, and the fact that we have a bevy of legislation and decisions which for some reason always benefit Chinese interest but never benefit America's interest.
Well, President has no regrets, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, as always, Terry. Love having you on.
Thank you, Jesse.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.